the 2K Sports pregame show.
Okay, basketball fans, with me, Kenny the Jet Smith, Shaquille O'Neal, I'm Ernie Johnson. You're watching 2K Sports, but you know that already. Moments away, it'll be the Sacramento Kings going up against the New Orleans Pelicans. Well, for the Pelicans, they split the season series against these guys last season, 2 games apiece. Should be a good one tonight. And tonight, we'll watch De'Aaron Fox, tremendous speed and quickness, even when compared to other point guards, Shaq.
You know, the point guard position in the NBA is stronger than it's ever been. Irons sharpens irons, so I think it'll be special.
Yes, he's speed, and speed does kill. He's a competitor on both ends of the floor. I love this guy.
And with the game just about ready to begin, time to send it to Kevin Harlan with the call.
Welcome, folks. Thanks for tuning in to 2K Sports for the latest presentation of our NBA basketball. This is Kevin Harlan. We've got Chris Webber and Greg Anthony with us, and from the sideline, we'll be hearing from David Aldridge. Last game for the Pelicans, they ended up losing to the Rockets in Houston. And that does your confidence guys no favor. They got manhandled in that one. And with tip-off coming up, we've got just enough time to hear from our good friend David Aldridge on the sideline. D.A., take it away.
Well, guys, you remember that Anthony Davis had a growth spurt in high school that took him from a 6'2 guard to a 6'10 big man. Now, he remembered telling his mother, I can't fit in my bed, I can't fit in my shoes, I can't fit in these jeans you brought me. And her saying, I just bought those 3 weeks ago. Kevin?
It's all paid off in the long run, though. Thanks, D.A. You know, and early on, you want to win games, of course, but maybe even more important, Chris, establishing your identity for the long haul.
Yeah, I mean, early wins and losses, they can be deceiving. If you think about teams that peak too early, you want to make sure that you establish your identity. And I would suggest for any rookie, your main character of your identity should be this: great listener, hard worker. After that, we'll see how many points you score, how many rebounds you get. But you need to come in as a rookie, humble, ready to work, ready to listen. And then usually things will sort themselves out.
Great perspective. So the Pelicans win the tip. So for the Pelicans, Darius Miller, he's checked in for Stanley Johnson. Ejuan Moore comes in for Drew Holiday. And AI is subbed in for Peyton. Sacramento also making some changes. Giles checked in for Willie Cauley-Stein. Bielitsa comes in for Bagley. And it's Bogdan Bogdanovic in for Buddy Hield. On the court for Sacramento, Fox and Bogdanovic pair up at the 1 and the 2. Giles is out there with Bielitsa, and it's Barnes in at the 3 slot.
They've been sensational on the backboard to start this game.
And here's the 2K leaderboard with the list of the league's top shot blockers from last season. Anthony Davis, number 1.
It happened so often. I'd say to myself, there's no way he can get to that shot, and all of a sudden, out of nowhere, and it go down as another block.
Even as the team rebuilds, business booming for the Kings. Chris, ticket sales, sponsorships, you name it.
Well, the fans are doing their part to make this team a winner. You can bet that.
Diallo, he's checked in for New Orleans. And a change for the Kings. Farrell's checked in.
Oh, and the lead gets bigger on a ridiculous offensive sequence.
That dunk alone would have been spectacular. Never mind it coming at the end of an alley-oop. Davis in the corner. To the paint. Here's Diallo. Lays it up and banks it in.
Yeah, another nice bucket down low. They've really been able to work the ball into the post effectively here so far.
Here's Farrell. He's guarded by AI. Tries to save it. Out of bounds. New Orleans will take possession.
Here's a look at some stats for Bogdanovic, how he performed last season. Last season, he averaged 11 points a game, 3 assists, and 3 rebounds. And he continues to hone his game. I think the potential is there.
Oh, yeah, you can see the potential, but it's raw. He needs to keep refining that skill set.
Catching up on the changes for New Orleans. Wood, he's checked in for Davis. And Ian Clark subbed in for Ejuan Moore.
A good job of making sure his teammates stay involved right there. I mean, even if he can do it all by himself, AI doesn't need to.
And here's Farrell. He'll bring it up for Sacramento. It's a 5-point game. This game coming after a loss against the Jazz.
And that's one of those games where I just felt the attitude going in was wrong. I think they believed what was being said about them in the press, and that was a game that they just couldn't win.
Well, Greg, no matter what their mindset was, that was going to be a very tough task. Let's face it, they don't have the horses to compete with those guys.
The Kings shooting their 7th free throw attempt here. New Orleans has gone 1 of 3 from beyond the arc so far in the game. And the call is going to be, yes, it is, an illegal screen. Now let's check out the rebounds and where they're coming from. Here's a breakdown showing the front court and the back court rebounding numbers for the Kings.
And you can see the guards have been doing more than their fair share on the backboards. And coaches always preach that gang rebounding. You can't leak out until you secure the rock.
And Tatum over to help. Farrell gets the bucket. And now it's a 10-point Kings lead.
Starting to surge here, and we're only in the first quarter.
And it's happening at both ends, trying to end this thing before it begins.
Tatum kicks to Diallo. Here's Clark. He's covered by Bogdanovich. Pass to Wood. Just 4 to shoot. New Orleans needs to get off a shot. The rebound by Giles.
Man, right play, wrong result on that one. Generally, you knock those down.
Well, I like the decision-making, though. I mean, that's a shot you want to keep taking.
AI passes to Clark. A three-pointer is right on target.
Oh, man, he's just toying with the D. Look how well AI sees everything that's going on around him.
Inside, rejected by AI. Out to Miller. The pass to Clark. Now, here's AI. To the inside. Here's Wood. And there's the slam dunk to finish it off.
And if that doesn't get them fired up, guys, nothing will.
Greg, just what the doctor ordered, huh? Some high-flying annex to narrow the deficit.
Give the loose D an assist on that one. Get a body on him.
Farrell passes to Barnes. Sacramento moving it around. And it's Bogdanovich in the corner. But they recover it. Gets it to go. That one good from Giles.
Defensive rebounding, just such a crucial part of the game.
I tell you what, it's like football, having a 3rd and 13 and then running up the gut. It just frustrates the defense. You have to hate giving up second chance points. It's demoralizing. After basically, you had to stop.
Here's AI. That one's in. His first bucket of the game. He's 1 for 2.
Well, you like to see a player work to get the high percentage shot. Now, so much of what AI does comes through hard work.
Bogdanovich looking around. Passes it to Barnes. That's tipped, and he's able to get it back.
And this quarter, he has clearly been off the mark.
Pelicans trailed by 5. AI passes to Wood. Count the basket. Wood's got his second bucket of the game to go.
And guys, they continue to put a lot of pressure on the interior defenders with their work down low.
Barnes kicks to Giles. Back to Barnes. In the corner, Farrell. Gets it to go from beyond the arc. Farrell's got 5 now.
And he's not going to miss that sort of an opportunity from deep.
Tatum drives in. Wood. And good coming on the assist by AI. AI's got his 4th assist with that last one here tonight. 1 second separating the shot clock and game clock. Here's Farrell. Last game we saw him score 13. Pass to Barnes. Buries it down low. 9 points in the game so far. Good if it goes. And that one released in time, but no good. And so it's Sacramento, with their lead standing at 6 points here at the end of the quarter. They're playing a bruising game inside, and it's working for them. Back to the action after this word. And hope you've enjoyed the broadcast so far, halfway through the first half in this one. And what do you guys think about the Kings here in this one so far?
They've gotten that perimeter game going in that first, and for me, that was the difference.
Well, and not only in terms of building the lead, but now the defense has to extend itself. That leads to other opportunities.
All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups, courtesy of Gatorade, as the second quarter gets going. On the court for Sacramento, they've got Bjelica, Bogdanovich out there with Farrell. Then there's Harrison Barnes. And it's Giles in at the 5 down low. And let's catch up with our sideline reporter, David Aldridge.
Well, the Kings signed some quality vets last season, but when the losses piled up, they decided to go young. Now, the focus is on development. The veterans still have a role, providing steadying presence on the court and in the locker room. Kevin?
David, it certainly is a balancing act. Thanks for that report. It's AI with the drive. That one drops for him.
As well as AI understands the game, they'd be smart to let him run the pick and roll as much as possible.
Outside, Bogdanovich. Pass to Barnes. And he banks in the layup. Barnes has got 11 points.
Yeah, and there it is again. On a lot of their possessions this first half, they've established great inside position.
Here's Tatum. That one goes in.
And there's a pattern starting to take shape here. They're working it inside and getting good shots from close range.
The pass to Giles. Back to Farrell. And he uses the glass on the layup. He has 7.
You can't find much better shot than that one.
Pelicans trail by 3. Here's Clark. Passes it to Wood. Now Tatum. Pass to Wood. Shot clock at 5. Goes up on the wing. Another one falls for New Orleans. And a little under 2.5 minutes gone by here in the second quarter. Here's Farrell. He's guarded by AI. Pass to Giles. Barnes against Williams. Now here's Barnes. Guarded closely. Offline with the baseline jumper. The Pelicans have gone a perfect 4 of 4 since the second quarter began. Perfect from the field.
Yeah, I mean, he's been orchestrating all game at a high level.
And you see defensively, when they try to patch something up, he exploits a different weakness.
And the pass to Bogdanovich. Off the mark there with the three-point shot.
A defender nowhere near him, and he still can't hit it. He wants that one back.
AI passes to Wood. Basket is good. The assist from AI. And now it's a 3-point New Orleans lead. And here's Farrell. He'll bring it up for Sacramento. They've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a bit of a dry spell for sure.
Timeout called by the Kings. When you were playing on the road, obviously the fans would yell things and, try to get under your skin. C-Web, do you remember any instance when it really bothered you and took effect?
Maybe when I would go home and play for the Pistons.
It's a tie game in New Orleans. And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge, who is standing by courtside. David.
Thank you, Kevin. Alfred, how big is defense going to be in the second half to help you get this win?
It's going to be big. That's what it's going to come down to. Defense wins games.
It certainly does, Alfred. Thank you. Back to you, Kevin.
Thanks so much, Dave, for the great interview. Don't go away, folks. We'll be back for the second half of basketball right after this. And in that first first half, we saw a pretty tight battle. We'll soon find out what sort of adjustments. So it's the Kings taking the W in a close one. They break the hearts of every fan in the building with a dramatic late victory.
And Kevin, this is the kind of win you have to take a ton of pride in. I mean, they